I don't know. I'm not saying this is a Bernie supporter, but just somebody who has two eyes. I've never seen him debate like this. I've never seen him fight as loudly in a debate. And it seems like he kind of, I don't know, the first debate he was kind of like just monitoring and observing, and it seems like this, he finally came to like a knife fight holding a knife.
Absolutely. I'm really excited by what I saw in this debate. So my name is Will. I'm from Tucson, Arizona. I basically became politically active because of Bernie's run in 2016. I'm now part of the Sunrise Movement, which is a climate activist group, but I'm also supporting Bernie for 2020. And I think, so to answer your question about the debate, I do think his first debate was a little lackluster. You know, not everyone's perfect every time, but I thought he was amazing. And I also thought the takeaway from this debate was a win for the progressive movement. I thought that Bernie and Liz and even Marianne Williamson, the three most progressive candidates, just dominated the conversation. And I think there's still so many people in the debate, but those three proved that progressive politics is winning. So I was excited to see that.
You know, a lot of the other people were focusing on their age. Pete Buttigieg had to remind people 25 times that he's going to be 40 in a few years. I thought Marianne Williamson was very refreshing and strong. But what I liked from Bernie is he was talking about things in terms of, you guys could all have your plans, you guys could all talk, but we're facing a structural rotting. There's a structural corruption in this country that needs to be taken on. As somebody who is very passionate about climate change, he mentioned the fossil fuel industry more than anyone else. What were your thoughts on him talking about fossil fuel industry, but more importantly, talking about having to take on the crooks in certain industries and very populist tone?
Yeah, I mean, that's why I think so many people in the activist community are supporting him. I mean, at the end of the day, it's about your philosophy of how change actually happens, right? How sociopolitical change is possible. And I think the more, you know, I'm still fairly young, I'm still learning, I'm getting involved with these things, but the more that I've been involved, the more convinced I am of Bernie's philosophy of change, which is that real change always starts from the bottom. It doesn't happen because we elect superheroes, right? It happens because of mass movements. And so earlier today, there was a huge rally, maybe 1,500 people, that marched down on this debate, and it was SEIU, it was Sunrise, it was the Young Turks, it was the Green Party, it was the Democratic Socialists, it was all these different groups coming together. And, you know, Bernie's the only candidate who, if he wasn't debating, he would have been there with us. He would have been in the rallies, you know, he would have been marching with the working class people. So I think, you know, he embodies that philosophy, and that's why at the end of the day, like, every time he has a closing statement, like the statement he just had, we're all reminded, like, oh yeah, right, he's the only one who gets it, that's how you make change actually happen. So, yeah, it was a good one.
I think Elizabeth Warren did fairly well. I think Bernie did better, but I think she did fairly well. What do you see as the substantial difference between the two? Because obviously some of Bernie's supporters have gone over to Warren.
Yeah, so I'll say off the bat, I think the media would love for to play up a Bernie-Warren conflict. They want conflict. I like Elizabeth Warren. She's probably my second or third choice. You know, I think you know, the left, some of the left is split about her. I think she's in it for all the right reasons, and I like her policies. The difference is on that philosophy, and I think she has great policy chops. She's very policy oriented. That's important. But at the end of the day, it's like, who do you trust to ignite the grassroots? And I think Obama's presidency, I have a lot of respect personally for Obama, but his presidency proved that good leadership in this rotten system doesn't work, and it needs to be from the grassroots. And so for me, it's like, who's going to inspire that grassroots energy? Tonight, you know, out of nowhere, Marianne Williamson, maybe she's the one, you know? I mean, I don't think she's really qualified to be president of the United States, but we need all the help we can get. I think she's a strong ally, and she speaks to that grassroots energy. So, but for now, I mean, just strategically, I also want to caution people, like, Biden is still coasting towards victory right now, and everyone says, oh, he's going to fall off, he's going to disappear. We should not underestimate the inertia of just low information voters voting for Biden. He's still way ahead. And so I want to see I want to see Bernie and Elizabeth and Marianne and Tulsi and maybe Andrew Yang. Like, we don't need to fight each other yet. let's take down, let's crush the corporate Democrats and ensure that we have a progressive, and then we can battle it out after that. So
thanks, Tim. Hope you enjoyed that last video. Hop on over to statuscoup.com where you can sign up for our email list and become a member for as low as $5 to $10 a month. Membership is how we grow. That's statuscoup.com/join. And remember, join our email list so we can grow the revolution with you.